Napoleon Hill claims that you can grow and think rich. Over the course of 25 years, he dedicated his life to studying wealthy men and developed a philosophy which I personally believe will make you rich. This philosophy has been studied and followed by most of the wealthy people to exist. Some examples include from Andrew Carnegie, who was influenced on his book, to modern successful entertainers such as Kendrick Lamar and Rick Ross, who have quoted his teachings on their songs. To better understand his philosophy, I grouped the 13 principles into 4 groups, which upon mastering will provide you with an ambition, energy, and ideas that will leave others with open jaws and yourself with pockets full of money. The first group consists of the first 3 principles, which are designed to strengthen your mindset. The first principle consists of a burning desire, a desire to succeed and see your ideas and efforts turn into money. Now you might be thinking, how can I create this desire? Well, there are 6 steps to creating a burning desire, which include thinking of the exact amount of money you desire, determining what you're willing to give to reach that amount, setting up a date for when you reach that goal, creating a plan and setting it into action, writing the above steps in a piece of paper, reading the statement at least twice a day. It's important that you visualize your newfound plan. Once you have visualized yourself being successful and have that burning desire to succeed, you must trust your instincts and have faith in your plans. Napoleon Hill describes faith as a state of mind which can be induced or created by affirmations or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind. Essentially, this means that you must brainwash yourself with positive thoughts. They must be written, memorized, and repeated until they become a daily part of your mind. To do so, you must apply the third principle, autosuggestion, which would require you to read that statement that you wrote along in the first principle. In doing so, it will activate your mind and start your journey to riches. To accomplish this principle correctly, you must follow the following steps. Finding a private place and reading your statement aloud. It's important to hear yourself say your goals and dreams. Reading your statement once you wake up and once before you go to sleep. Placing a handwritten copy where you can see it so you don't get trapped in laziness or inactivity. To better visualize the first group of principles, let's look at the following example. Suppose John wants to be a wealthy rap artist and in the process he wants to leave a positive message. However, John doesn't know how to do so, so he buys a copy of Think and Grow Rich, and his first step will consist of creating a desire. So John will write something along the lines of, Step 1. John would like to make 100K. John will give his time, energy in making songs that will be loved by fans. To do so, he promised himself to study those before him and the audience he is trying to reach. John has made it his life mission to accomplish this in 6 months, so suppose today is January 1st, his goal to get 100K should be accomplished by July 1st. John then creates a plan. He will record as many mixtapes as he can. He will put them on every social media outlet, even distribute them on the streets himself. Place stickers with his logo everywhere he goes. Perform at shows and create publicity for himself. In doing so, John will create a small following that will spread his music. John then writes all the steps on a piece of paper and places it in his wallet. After John has written his plan, he will read it upon waking up and right before going to sleep. Once John has that burning desire, he must have faith in it. To do so, John must use autosuggestion to brainwash his mind into accomplishing his goals. First, John will go to his room, which will serve as his quiet place, and read his plan out loud in becoming a wealthy rap artist. Secondly, he must repeat his plan once in the morning and once at night, so his plan is the first and last things his mind hears. Lastly, John will write and place his plan in front of his bathroom mirror, so he is reminded of his goal on a daily basis. With the second group of principles, you can further develop your mindset and serve as a tool to execute your ideas. The fourth principle is knowledge. It's important to know that there are 2 types of knowledge, general and specialized. General knowledge is trivial information such as capitals of countries, while specialized serves to further look into a subject. Needless to say, you can bet that specialized knowledge is the most profitable. Now, there are several ways to acquire knowledge, which include your own experiences, experiences from others, college and universities, public libraries, and training courses. Now, don't worry if you don't possess any knowledge, for you can always use the second step and learn from someone else's knowledge and use it for your own advantage. This newfound knowledge has the potential to activate your imagination. Imagination serves as an important role to create and put ideas into plans. Beware that imagination comes in 2 waves. Synthetic imagination, which is when your mind gathers all information and mixes them with new information to develop something new. Whereas creative imagination is when the mind has original ideas that have not been published yet. Yet again, no need to panic if you don't see yourself as an imaginative guy, for you can always associate with individuals that are full of imagination. In doing so, you can learn and even use your ideas to serve your purpose. It is crucial that you use the principles of knowledge and imagination to use proper action planning. To properly execute your desires, you must have organized planning, and there are several ways to do so. Surrounding yourself with individuals that have specialized knowledge in fields you are unfamiliar with. Writing down what every member and yourself bring to the table. Always have frequent and successful meetings. Note that if a plan is not working, try to rebrand it and try to organize it in a different way. To be able to do so, you must apply the 7th principle of decision. You must reach decisions promptly and of changing them slowly. To do so, you must neglect negative criticisms and know what you're after. The third group consists of 2 principles which can reinforce your faith and serve as a networking tool. For instance, the 8th principle, persistence, will strengthen your faith through the power of will. The power of persistence will help you to always move forward, and it is based on definite causes such as knowing your purpose, your desire, self-reliance, plans, knowledge, cooperation, willpower, and habits. The 4 keys to persistence are your purpose and desires of fulfillment, your plans, a mind full of positive affirmations, and a group of like-minded individuals. This group of like-minded individuals is called a mastermind. The mastermind is possibly one of the most important principles, and it can serve for 2 reasons, being in the economics and spiritual department. If we were to apply the 4th to 9th principle to our John example, it will go like this. After John has successfully created his plan and has a burning desire, John decides to make an association which serves as his mastermind. His mastermind consists of Billy, whose field is marketing, Bob, who has experience in business, and Jane, who owns an amateur recording studio. Now, it's impossible for John to know about all these fields, so it's beneficial for him to be surrounded by Billy to help him market his mixtapes, and it's important for John to know where he wants his music to go, so he can make firm decisions on the type of beats that Jane produces. Imagination can also be applied in this scenario by John choosing to do songs over popular beats or original beats made for himself only. On the other hand, Bob, with his business knowledge, can organize plans on how to sign a proper deal or how to create a demand for his music. Since no one does anything for free, John can bring value to the table by inviting his mastermind to his shows for free. This can involve the mastermind and expose them to potential customers that might use their services. With this recipe in mind, John only needs persistence to keep producing until he has reached his goal. The final group consists of the final 4th principle, which in my opinion serve to strengthen the rest of the principles. The 10th principle is the mystery of sex transmutation. Sex is the stimuli to which the brain responds to the most. It has the biggest influence on mankind, and when you channel this energy properly, it can unlock great ambition and potential. Try to channel sexual energies beyond the physical, and instead into completing tasks and goals. With this in your hands, try to influence your subconscious mind with positive attitudes and emotions such as desire, faith, love, enthusiasm, romance, and hope. You must know that your subconscious mind is always feeding off your thoughts, whether they are positive or negative, which are transmitted through the brain, which serves to broadcast these emotions. Once you start to master the first 12 principles, your mind will flow with ideas and hunches, which can be called your 6th sense. Now, if you follow and master the 13 principles, you will find yourself with riches at the top of your hand. To apply the last principles to our John example, it will follow like this. Instead of engaging in randomness sex, John instead put this energy into his music. The desire to get a quality girlfriend will improve his craft, as it will make his focus solely on his desire. The more he works on his skill, the more affirmation he has of his success. These affirmations happen in the brain and eventually end up in his subconscious, which forces him to wake up every day and try new ways to do his music. Whether it's from trying to improve his lyrics to the type of beats he's able to flow with, eventually one day John wakes up and realizes that not only does he have the money he desires, but more.